Now, I think it's fair to say that international trade is really the lifeblood of the world. 90% of the world's resources are shipped. The other 10% are carried on the road, rail, or by air. But when you're looking at international trade, you are very much bound to be looking at something being shipped from A to B and how you do that. But I think trade finance is an important one, especially we've got some banks here today. That's something which they're very much interested in pushing at the moment, and the legal aspects of that are really, really interesting. Looking at the sale and purchase agreements and the contract side is very interesting, and looking at the transportation side as well. There's a lot to cover. We can't do it all today. But let's just say you've identified your opportunity. There's something you really, really want to do, and you want to sell or you want to buy from here, from overseas. It sounds really simple, but a lot of people, they don't actually focus on what they want to buy, what they want to sell, properly defined in a contract. Have a look at that. On what basis are you going to be selling? A lot of trade incorporates not only the sale of goods, but the carriage, the transport from A to B. And you'll see lots of different terminologies in various contracts. Looking at price, and we had a few words on pricing issues, currency fluctuations, payment terms, how are you going to receive your money? Really important. It's amazing how many people don't look at that properly. Country and political risks. If you're dealing with places like, for example, North Africa or other Muslim countries, banks shut. You know, you can't get things done. If you've got specific deadlines, and we had one particular case recently where our counterparty realised they couldn't do what they wanted to do because their banks were closed. Political risks. That happens in many countries. Again, you need local knowledge and local advice, and we can help you with that. And ultimately, if it doesn't go according to plan, it's no good not thinking about this in advance. You need to think about where you're going to be suing people if you have to, under what law, in what country, and using what forum. And all of this is very easy to sort out in the beginning and very difficult to sort out at the end if it doesn't suit you. If you want to get into international trade, please, please, please check your contracts carefully. You won't believe what I've seen. You know, we were talking about the Philippines earlier. Philippine law, London arbitration. Well, that was a sensible one. Why? Because they had 3 different law and jurisdiction clauses, and that's how it all panned out. Have a look at your payment terms. Are you dealing with somebody based in the BVI or some other offshore entity? Are you really going to be able to enforce against them? Have a look and see what the risks, put a price on that risk. Investigate your counterparty. Look at your currency risks, your political risks. We deal with countries all over the world, with clients all over the world, especially in emerging markets, in China, in Russia, in the Ukraine, in North Africa. So we do know what we're talking about. If it all goes wrong, make sure that you've got a really quick, accurate, trustworthy, and hopefully based in the UK dispute resolution clause, whether you go for court, whether you go for arbitration. At the end of the day, if you ensure the law is on your side, you really do make yourself have a much better day if and when it does go wrong. And after all, it's just plain sailing. So to summarise, I just wanted to put in a little bit of information for those of you that don't know Hammonds. We're a leading international law firm. We've got offices all over the place. We've got 1,200 people under the Hammonds umbrella, and you can see the facts for yourselves. We've got very good offices across Europe and Asia, associated offices very strong in Italy, and a very good presence in Russia.